even though, you know, we get ourselves so caught up in all the getting ready and the weeks are long and the days, you know, you're like, once this day comes, and Mom says this too, it's like, it's magic.
Oh yeah, good morning, just after 7 o'clock, Saturday, Sisters Quilt Show, and I am just around the corner from the teacher's tent. Yeah, I'm 5 minutes late, but that's okay. And then I'm about 3 blocks from the main action. I like to leave my car. This is a little hint, kind of in a shady spot, a couple blocks away from the action, because I don't really need anything out of it now, but I will later, and I don't want to have to struggle to get to it. I'm gonna wander down that street. Let's get started. So let's roll through the quilt show. "44 years ago today," yep. Jean Wells, also known as Mom. Jean Wells there on our left, and Dawn on the right. Wave, Dawn. Dawn is our new executive director for the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. Jean Wells, 44 years ago today. Hung the quilts outside, invited some folks to take a look.
Yeah, she decided that she tried to get some of her students to hang their quilts, and they were all really, really shy. Right. So she's like, fine, I'm gonna hang up my 12 quilts, right? So
she hangs up 12 quilts? 12
family quilts. So she hangs up our family quilts, and then some of her students come, they're like, oh, this is really cool, right? And so then the next year, they come to the shop and they bring her the quilts, and she's like, all right, so there's like 20 quilts. Hung up.
Right.
And then it's just gradually grown.
From 20 to 21 to 22 to... Do you know what the actual count of hanging quilts is this year? I was quoting around 1,500.
I think it's around 1,500. I think you're right.
That's so great.
Yeah. And it's only worked because it has started out with like the best intentions of like sharing and it being all about just sharing what we love to do. And so it's the best intentions, and that's part of the reason why I really think that this show has had such a life, is that it's always been about showing and telling. It's always been about family and community and bringing together people who maybe don't know anything about quilts. And you can come walk this free show across our town and learn something. Oh, that's kind of a cool quilt. I've never seen something like that before. You can get a master quilter hung next to somebody who's their brand new first quilt. So I think it's epic and it's one of a kind. I think it's a magical day. It has maintained over the years its authenticity of being a show and tell, right? It has maintained that anyone can enter a quilt. I mean, we have a few little guidelines, but it's, you know, it's more size restrictions because we hang them over our town.
I love to start my morning out in front of the teacher's tent, a ginormous display of all of the educators' quilts. So we're over at the big park, just a couple blocks off the main drag. I see you, love. Don't worry.
Good job.
Good morning. Busiest job this morning will be hanging the quilts on the side of the stitching post.
You can have generation of quilters' quilts all next to each other, and everybody gets a ribbon. You get to, because it's a free show all over our town, you can't charge for that. People who potentially would never go to a quilt show, would never like think about it, come with their family, and then next thing you know, they're actually seeing how unique, how much variety quilts can be, how different, how you could hit every taste level possible at this show, right? From modern to traditional to monochromatic to, you know, vintage, and then you have like, you know, modern quilts that are only solids. Then you have things that are like so chaotically printed. So you get everything, and I think that's what makes our show one of a kind.
Here we have the golf cart ride. Quick picture of our captain.
Also comes with a huge responsibility, Janine. You're in charge of the cooler.
And we closed down a highway. That's kind of cool.
They just shut down the entire town. And of course, one of the best things about coming to Sisters is how you get to Sisters. So you've got these awesome old-fashioned quilters coming in their old-fashioned cars. And then if you look right over here, you've got the awesome off-road vehicles loaded with kayaks and all kinds of toys, because everybody loves quilting in Sisters and they'll drive anything to get here.
That's the thing about Sisters is like, we're a tourist town. So we have 4 or 5 months out of the year to make hay as a business, everybody in this town. And then you have, you know, winter where, you know, you get 5 feet of snow that are packed up to the store, and you can't, I mean, we've had snow all the way up there, and then you have your family out here shoveling. And so, you know, we take advantage of this, and you have to love it. And we love that people choose our town to come to. Mom has had some amazing luck with the weather.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's only rained once in 44
That's right.
years.
I was here for that year.
I know.
That's right. And I dropped a whole basket of fat quarters right around that corner over there as water was pouring down that street. And I got in trouble because Jean came out and said everything was okay except for, does anyone know what happened to that giant basket of fat quarters?
And that was you?
That was me. I wiped out carrying the basket of fat quarters in the rain. So
that was
awesome.
pretty crazy, wasn't
Well,
it?
congratulations on a beautiful week. High five.
Hi. Oh, high five.
I love it. I love you. Thanks for
I love
having
you
me.
too, man. Thank you.